Hi everybody, it's Lisa here. I'm here today to share a little Christmas project. Now I'm going to try and attempt to do a tutorial, but as I do this on my iPhone and I'm pretty silly when it comes to the video editing software, I do not think it's going to go to plan, so it'll probably end up just being a complete waste of time. No doubt the postman will come to the door. Anyway, as long as I stick on this black mat, I know that you will be able to see me. So today I'm going to show you how I make my little reindeer pencil toppers. I've been making these for a couple of years, and I took the idea from someone on YouTube who had made hot cocoa pouches and made little snowmen to wrap around the straw using pipe cleaners. And I originally made them with the pipe cleaners, but then I thought, why don't I just stick them onto a pencil, because they're much nicer and it makes them sturdier. So I was lucky enough to get these little pom-poms from eBay, but I bought loads of them. I tried this year to find them, can't find them anywhere, so when they're gone, they're gone. So this might be the last year you will see the reindeer. I have used a Marianne Designs collectibles die, and it's a little reindeer die. Here is back. I'm hoping I'm going to be in frame for you so that you can try and get it. I actually had to order this and it came from Holland. So I've used that for the antlers, but you can easily cut out the antlers yourself. Some other things I've made with the dies are the card. Now this is I actually just copied an image of the card of the advert for the die on the internet, and it was very similar to this. So this is one of the cards that I made with it, but I made this a couple of years ago, and actually I thought I was rubbish at making cards, and back then I was because it's pretty rough around the edges when I look at it, but actually the cards I make now are so much nicer. So it just shows you I have actually came on in my card making skills. This one was actually written to somebody. Obviously didn't get sent. And last year I made little reindeer food matchbox packages, and I used embossed card and used the head of the reindeer to make the little card pocket, and inside it's stapled in so you can't get it out, but inside the reindeer food and the little poem about the reindeer is inside. So they were quite popular, and I've made 77, don't know why, but 77 to make reindeer food this year. And what I found last year was I put reindeer food into the cone shaped cellophane bags, and so that they were maybe about this tall, and tied them with twine and put a little bell round about, you know, where the bag was tied, and stuck the little reindeer face on the front. And when I did a fundraising event, I took part in a fundraising Christmas fair at my son's school, the little reindeer food bags just went like hotcakes. But as you know, I do practically give my stuff away, but never mind. I've also this time made a little snowman. He's so cute, but I've only made one because it was too hard. I had to hand stitch the little hats, and I made them out of felt. But yes, he's a limited edition, one time only. So let's get started. You will need pencils, pom-poms, some googly eyes, some little pom-poms for the nose, something to make the antlers, and I have used stickles to make these into glittery pom-poms, but you could use glitter glue. So I haven't got my pliers. I'm a bit silly. I'm not prepared. And now I'm moving all my lights about. Right, so what you have to do, it's much easier to buy pencils that have the rubbers on top. So I take that off on, oh gosh, I'm hoping you can still see me. We might not get very far. We might just do one just to give you an idea. And what I do is when you get your pom-pom, you will see that there is a bit that's kind of flat. So this is the bit that you want to glue and stick on. I use an ancient Stanley glue gun. It's a big muckle thing, but I've bought little crafting ones, and although you get thinner nozzles, they just don't do as good a job. So I'm still using my old Stanley. And then what I do is I force the pencil in really hard, and you have to be so careful that you don't burn your hands, and use, kind of pull the pom-pom bits round. I hope you can see this. I really hope this is good enough to put onto YouTube, because I really want to share it with other people. So here is another one, and I flattened it out there. And force it in, press it down hard so that it is never going to come unstuck. Do not burn yourself like I just did. Right, so that's another one, and they are really in tight. And the good thing about using the pencils with the rubbers on the end is that when you pull the rubber off, it's flat, so it's really good for the reindeer to stick. This is one that's a couple of years old, and I think my son's been chewing it and it's still stuck. You know, the googly eyes are a bit wobbly now, but it's still going strong. Now after that, you want to get the antlers in. So you will just pick a bit at the top, kind of flatten it down. What I do with the antlers is I pull them up like this. Hope you can see. Put a little bit of glue all around. That's too much glue, not as much as that. You're going to be able to see this now, and gently force it in, if there's such a thing, gently forcing, and then kind of just press it down so that the pom-pom fibres are hiding all the glue. So that is pretty well stuck, and just there's a flat piece there. I'm starting to go really fast because I'm waiting on a parcel coming, and I just know the postman's going to come before we're done. And whoops, that one's a bit wobbly, but you do have a little bit of time to fix mistakes. There we go. That's those ones done. And then what you do is you just choose the side that looks nicest. You will always find one that looks better. There's my light getting moved again. I hope you're okay with the light. And what I do next is I just trim a little piece off of the front where I'm going to stick the eyes. But you'll see on my scissors there are very little fibres there. I'm basically just flattening it off. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to stick on the pom-pom. Be very careful. I burn myself constantly. I've tried using tweezers and it just doesn't work. So I went back to the burn your fingers option. And stick the little nose in. Pushing it in. So now we have a nose. And this little pom-pom's got a faulty bit, so we'll use that bit to stick onto the face. You can actually cut a little bit off your pom-pom to make a flat surface. That's too much. Oh, it's too much. Oh, wait a minute. I haven't trimmed this one. These are the things that happen when you do almost like a live tutorial. We need to cut a bit off your face, wee guy. There we go. What's your best side? This is your best side. We will do one more and then we will start with the googly eyes. I'll do the glue over here. There you go, Rudolph. You have a nose, and I always tidy up my pom-pom as well. Right. Googly eyes. This is something I would really recommend you use tweezers for, but I've tried them and I don't like them. But please do not do this. Do not be an idiot like me and use hot glue so close to your fingers. The best way I've found to get the eyes on is to hold the reindeer up and maybe do it kind of side on. It's easy enough getting the first one on, but matching it up is not so easy. It is much easier to hold it upright and match it. Now these eyes are a little bit too far apart. Ideally you want them to be closer than that. I might have to fix him later. Let's see if we can do better on this one. I think possibly there might not be enough fur cut away from his face. You can hear my squeaky chair. Now they have eyes. And what you're going to do next is just use some of your stickles and spread it around, or you can do this in advance and let it dry. The stickles is good, but actually I would probably say the glitter glue works better. You can spread it about easier. And there he is. He needs a little bit of work, just little trims here and there where there's some glue. But there is your reindeer. And here is your snowman, and you can basically just make a little hat out of felt. Or I suppose you could knit one. If I didn't have repetitive strain in my right hand and my thumb, I would do that. And just glue a little scarf on. This wee guy's a bit heavier, so he would be more difficult to write with. Anyway, there you go. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I'll come back soon and show you another Christmas craft idea. Thank you. Bye.